Hi guys, my name is Michel with Michel Real Estate, and in this video I will be handling a new directive that will probably come into effect within the next few years from the Luxembourgish Government, which is a regulation which will probably raise the taxes on buildable land in Luxembourg. Why are politicians aiming to do that? Well, it's very simple actually. It's basically a motivator for landlords of plots of lands which are within the zoning regulations and which have the possibility to basically have either houses or apartments built on them, to motivate these people to sell their properties and to have developers come in and build new properties, new residential properties, on these plots of lands. We have seen in the recent media coverages that the taxes will be raised substantially, meaning that wherever a property in the past was anywhere between, let's say, 100 to maybe 300 euro a year in taxes, so these are the costs that basically come to a landlord that has such a property, which are actually very minimal. Now, these taxes will be raised considerably, and hopefully they will go to a percentage where actually that 100 or 200 euro will be translated into 3,000 to 5,000 euro a year. Now, with plots of lands being what they are, which means that they have a characteristic of not being able to produce any income for the investor because you cannot rent it out. In other words, if you buy a plot of land, you actually opt to put your money into a piece of asset which does not generate any income. You actually park your money there and have a tangible asset which is not easily liquidated, which means that you cannot easily take out money from this asset, right? So what we are looking into here is basically finding these people a certain amount of money per year in order to convince them to get rid of their property and sell it to any kind of developer or perhaps even private people. Now, in my opinion, that is a good start, and we have seen that actually in recent development of the real estate market here in Luxembourg, with all the high demands that we are seeing, meaning that there's a lot of buyer and not a lot of inventory. It could be a good incentive to basically stimulate more production and have more inventory on the market. Will that happen though? I have my doubts. And if it will happen, it will take, at least in my opinion, anywhere between 5 to 10 years. If you disagree, leave a comment below. I always love to hear any kind of ideas that you guys have out there. But in my opinion, this is the time frame that we're looking at. So basically what it will mean is that once this new regulation will go into effect, it will take another year or two before these landlords look at these bills and say, oh my God, am I really willing to keep this property for future generations, or for me to sell it in 5 to 10 years, where now it's going to cost me anywhere between 3 to 5k a year. So we see first these people getting a bill which does not suit them at all, and now they have to either make the decision to continue keeping this property or basically to let go of it. If they let go of the property, that won't be 1 or 2 or 3 years from now. If they let go of that property, they will have to sell it. Selling a property will mean that you want to liquidate your asset and you want top money for it. And of course, if there are a lot of properties on the market, you will have to compete with them, which does not necessarily mean that these property owners will drop their price. Investors tend to be very picky and stick to a certain price, so in my experience, it will not go as fast, meaning that these properties, these pieces of land, will not go super fast. So now we will have a time frame anywhere between 3, 4, 5 years before these properties get into the hands of developers. Developers are the people that have the money and the know-how to basically build quickly and bring these properties to market. So if we have a plot of land on which we will build some apartments, well, it will take another year or two before we even see these apartments being sold off completely, 100% of the property being sold off. So now we have a time frame of anywhere between 5 to 7, maybe even 10 years. Which means that, in my opinion, it will take that long for this regulation to have any effect. Now let's just imagine the population is growing every year. There are new people coming into the country. Births happen every year as well. Good job, guys. But of course, this means that these people will also need housing now and in the future. So in my opinion, this time frame and this regulation is something that is very admirable and is a good start. But in my opinion, we are not there yet by a long shot. This is a good start, but it is not what we need here in Luxembourg. We need better regulations in order to make the flow of inventory happen faster. Now this is something that starts now, might actually show results in only a decade. So in my opinion, this is not enough. We need more. Our politicians need to do more, and I think they can do more, but I think that sometimes they are not willing to do more. If you agree with me, then leave me a comment below. If you disagree with me, please let me know as well, because you guys, I'm in the market every single day. I see every single day the same type of people, and the same type of people tell me the same sort of stories. But I want to know of the general public what they think about it, and if they think that what I'm saying is actually correct. So leave me a comment. Of course, if you want to join me on any of the other social media platforms, you are more than willing to do so. We will try to do a live at least every week, perhaps every 2 weeks, and hopefully give you all the information that you need about the housing market here in Luxembourg. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Until then, let's not forget, my name is Michel with Michel Real Estate. Love you guys. See you in the next one.